guys, hey, hope you're all well. Today's video guide is for the Witcher class, guys, for Season 27. And it's Helltooth Gargs, guys. Gargantuans are back. It's actually surprisingly strong as well, especially when you pair it with the Guardian set. And yes, you get 6 Gargantuans. And infinite dogs as well, guys. So yeah, it's very, very fun. It's an old classic build. And with the new angelic power, guys, it's really, really fun. There's been some pretty decent clears as well, guys, surprisingly, actually. So let's have a look at Helltooth, man. Look, 130! 1,000 Paragon, man. So, you know, it's a pretty strong build, man. It's not quite on the same level as Arakir or Spirit Barrage, but it's quite close. It is actually quite close. So it's actually really, really good, man. So, yeah, let's go and show this in action. Actually, I might try push rank 1 a bit later on Twitch TV, guys. /BigDaddyDent76. Feel free to follow. Well, then, guys, so let's show this in action quickly. We'll just do a very quick, I don't know, 110, yeah? Alright, here we go. Good old pet build, guys. Right, first we need to do, guys, is get Soul Harvest stacks up like that. There we go. Then Nado, and now we want to cast Sacrifice. Now, Sacrifice with the seasonal power procs Immolation. Okay, we'll go over all the gear stats in a bit. And you see they just smash. Smash! Go, boys! There's poor power. Get into that, guys, as usual. And yeah, if you die in this build, it doesn't matter, because your Gargantuans will summon immediately anyway. You know, there's some periodically, so it's part of the bonus, yeah. I'm just pushing forward at the moment, looking for some packs. A little bit of juice there, let's just suck them all up. There we go. Now we'll cast a Sacrifice, provoke the pack, which increases our damage massively. Like if I hold this down, like, get crazy damage buff, like crazy damage buff. Also, this build, guys, is very tanky as well, man. Look at my HP, 1.3 million HP, just because we're using the Guardian set. Basically gives you a ton of tank, man, and lots of DPS as well. So it's a really nice way of boosting the build. The Gargantuans were in Rage as well, and that's your basically your window of big DPS as usual, man. What you can do as well is recast your Gargs in the sweet spot, man. So let's say about here, right on top of that pack. Then cast Nado. Dodge all the bad stuff as usual. There's a poor power, so I want to get into that. Nado again, keep your Wall of Death down. Spirit Walk. Spirit Walk will proc your damage reduction, man. And also Shurikarani's Triumph Mojo. Okay, so while you're in Spirit Walk, you use an up to 100% damage buff, yeah? So when your Gargs are in Rage, they're right on top of the pack, man. Hit your Spirit Walk. You should be using Jaunt. I'm using Severing, so that's a slight speed, but Jaunt gives you 3 seconds. So it keeps the damage up time, you know, 100%, man, for 3 seconds, which is, you know, massive, yeah? Lovely. Using Wormwood as well, so we don't have to worry about casting Peasants in the build, man. There you go, to recast my Gargs. And you can see, guys, it's good. You know, it's actually good. It's actually pretty good. Got a Conduit and a pack next to it. Oh my god, look at this. Wait, let's go, man, let's go. Right, Gargs are on the recast now, so let's put my Garg around about there. Cast Nado to bring everything in, and we're starting to cast in our Sacrifice. Bang, bang, bang. You gotta actually survive that bomb there, guys. Guys, we've got so much HP and tank in this build, man. It's nice. Alright, let's have a little scout then. There you go. This bad guy here, so just recast the Guard right in his head, cast Nado again. Sacrifice, 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 the poor power. We want to get to that as soon as we can. And pop, and he's dead, man. Lovely. It's so good seeing Gargantuan actually half viable, guys. It actually works. It works, man. It works. It's great. There we go, some pack here, so cast the Garg right on top of his head. Boom, 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 boom. Using Squirt's Necklace as well. Now, Squirt's Necklace does have a bad effect where it can basically hurt us. But, because we've got so much HP, you can kind of tank most of it, which is kind of nice. Now, guys, you have to be a bit careful with your damage reduction, man. Because it only procs your damage reduction when your Gargantuans or dogs actually hit a target, okay? So be careful when going forward. That's why we're using Spirit Walk a lot of the time. Because basically your Spirit Walk doesn't turn off until you attack. Your character attacks 3 times. So, but with the pets attacking, it doesn't count as pets. You know, so basically when the pets are DPSing, you know, it's fine. There we go. Alright, let's cast Sacrifice on absolutely everything, because it procs the new Immolation damage bonus. If you don't cast Sacrifice, you're not going to get no DPS, basically. I really hope Blizzard just keeps us into the game, man. Because first time Garg has been good in years. 6, 7 years, I think. 6, 7 years, guys. Was it season 4, I think? Season 4? Was the last time Garg was okay. I think Bears beats it back then. Alright, let's keep pushing forward. I'm just looking for elites, man. A good density. It's one there, so straight cast the Gargants again. There we go, and cast Sacrifice to proc Immolation. Lovely, man. Oh, I'm in feared a little bit. Need more reduced control parent effects on my gear. Yeah, guys, make sure you got no fear procs on your gear. It's very, very important. You don't want the monsters running away from you, man. There we go. Channeling Pylon now, nice. We cast a Garg right now, top there again. Also, guys, there's a trick you can do this. Look, if I go in Spirit Walk, look. Look, I'm not coming out my Spirit Walk, yeah? So basically, this is now up to max, yeah? I've just popped out now. But you just got to make sure that your Wall of Death is down, otherwise your pets won't do no damage. So it's possible to cheese the Rift Guardian, yeah? So, if we do this. There you go, so I'm in Spirit Walk now. Look. Still in Spirit Walk, proccing the 100% damage bonus. As long as Wall of Death is up, you know, it's a cheesy way of doing it, you know? But obviously you want to have the Immolation up as well. Yeah, but it's just a little cheesy way of killing a Rift Guardian that's very, very hard to kill. There you go, guys, isn't it good? It's good, isn't it? It's actually quite nice to play again, man, at last. And you get 6 of these buggers. Look at that, way! It's really, really fun. I love it, man, I love it. Right, let me get my Go-Cock up, guys, then we go over the gear. And the skills on the follower setup as well, man, which is very important. Love it, man, love it. So we just did 110 there, no orgs. Easy. Love it. But yeah, it can perform very well. It can actually go quite deep, man. It's good. Excellent, man, excellent. Right, guys, so let's go over the gear then. Just pop me an old Paragon point. Lovely, lovely. Right, guys, we're using Sacred Harvester, okay? And so this gives us 10 stacks of Soul Harvest, okay? So you'll need to keep this up all the time. And that procs your damage reduction from Lakumba's Ornament Bracer. Okay, so with this item, basically, you've got tons and tons of tank, and it just keeps you alive for a long, long time. We're using the Angelic Power, okay, and that basically gives us, summons 2 Gargantuans and 3 Zombie Dogs periodically, so they spawn all the time. That's how we could recast Gargs all the time, man. And just spam Sacrifice, you know? That's why we can spam this constantly, you know, and keep this damage bonus up. It's amazing. It's really good. Okay, so Gargantuans gain the effect of the Restless Giant Rune. Restless Giant Rune is basically the Berserker runes. They get the attack speed, movement speed, and big damage buff. Okay, so this is your window for your big DPS. Once the guys go big, guys, then you want to be pulling everything into one spot. So that's your damage window, okay? And the Restless Giant is fantastic. It's really, really good. Zombie Dogs gain the effect of all runes as well, so the Zombie Dogs should heal us. I think there might be a bug in the moment where the dogs are not healing. I mean, we need to get that fixed, actually. But it also gives you damage reduction as well, so like 10%, the fire, the poison, the procs, etc., man. So, but it's mostly for the life on hit and the damage reduction, which is obviously very, very useful. Enemies hit by Sacrifice are immolated, cause them to take 100% more damage to your pet. So when you cast Sacrifice on your targets, like I said earlier, you see like a little flaming effect on top of the enemy. And basically, you just want to be spamming this on. You want to cover everything, you know. So when you want to cast Nado, drag everything in, and then just tag everything, okay. And then the pets will be doing an extra 100% damage to those targets. Brilliant. Alright, guys. Off of course, is Sheriff Garney's Triumph, okay. So while you're in Spirit Walk, you do up to an extra 100% damage, which is just absolutely insane. So you should be using Jaunt, not Severance. I just like Severance because I just like the movement speed. But Jaunt gives you 3 seconds, you know, it gives you 3 seconds of Spirit Walk time, so it keeps basically this damage buff up a lot longer. It's nice. And then, guys, Helltooth, man, so gloves, shoulders, chest, legs, and boots. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. And then we're using the Guardian set. This is the new set that was updated. You just go, keep doing bounties, guys, especially out one bounties. Get the recipe, just pop it into here, and then just craft it here. Okay, there it is. Guardian's Case. Now, let's quickly go over Guardian's Case, actually. Right, guys, so 2-set bonus. Your melee damage reduction is increased by 1% per 1,000 base vitality from equipped items, yeah? So, I've got 7,000 vitality right now, so I'm getting 7% damage reduction. Okay? That's the way it works, yeah? Your missile damage reduction is increased by 1% as well from strength, dex, or intelligence, okay? So I've got currently 23,000 intelligence, so that's buffing that damage reduction massively, so it makes you really tanky. Then this is the good bit. 3-set bonus. You gain an additional 100% of your base strength, dexterity, intelligence, and vitality attributes from equipped items, and that's why we've got so much damage. Like, if I take this off, like, we're on 3.8 million, and now I'm on 2 million. you know, so it's a really good way of gaining an enormous amount of tank. Like my tank right now is only 584k, and then I pop this on, achieve the set bonus, and now we're on 1.3 million, you know, so it's a really good way of getting tons of damage and tons of defense in the build, and makes it just easier to play, and it's much more fun. Brilliant, love this set, man, so good. So yeah, guys, when you're pushing, at the moment I've got topazes on for extra damage. If you need more armor, if you're dying, just put red gems in your chest and legs for more armor bonus, and that way you shouldn't die, hopefully, as much. Okay, and then guys, basically Helltooth set. After casting Wall of Death, you gain 17,500 increased damage for 15 seconds to your primary skill, so your dogs are basically your Garg, so you have to make sure that Wall of Death is up at all times, this buff here. Once this drops off, then your pets won't be doing no damage, mostly. It's very, very important to keep up all the time. And also, when your pets hit targets, they're debuffing the damage you take by 60% as well. For 10 seconds. I really wish they just make this like a passive buff, because sometimes you just get burst down, and it's really, really annoying. Anyway, that's basically how it works. Lovely. Well then, guys, so rest of the gear then. Ring of Enters. Ring of Enters does affect Gargantuan DPS now, which is great. Okay, so we've got Wormwood in the cube, which automatically casts Locust Swarm for us to proc the ring's damage bonus. And then, guys, we're using the Enforcer for the extra pet damage and make your pets indestructible, which is really, really nice. Lovely. Then, guys, we're using Ring of Royal Grandeur, okay, and so this achieves us 3-piece set here on Guardians and 6-piece here on Helltooth. And then we're using Strecken because of the GR solo push build. We need Strecken to actually kill the Rift Guardian. They have Amulet Guards called Squirt's Necklace, which gives you these 10 stacks of damage buff, okay, which is really, really nice. It will drop quite a lot during the fight unless you keep your distance. But most of the time it's there for when you find the shield pylon. You know, when you find the shield pylon, you know, you want to just grab as many elite packs as possible, get them to one spot, and that way you can maintain the 10 stacks of Squirt's Necklace all the time. And watch it just destroy. It's great. Then, guys, banging the tramps as usual for extra damage bonus. Nice. I'm using Amethyst in the helm for more HP, because it just works really well with the set bonus from Guardians. Then the Kumbas, guys, for the damage reduction from Soul Harvest stacks. Because we're using Sacred Harvest, they'll get a huge damage reduction buff from this. It's really, really nice. Brilliant. Okay, guys, so follow-up. Because we're using a pet build, actually I've got the wrong token on at the moment. We should be using access to all skills token here. So I actually had the wrong token on there during that run, but we should be using this one. Okay, we can use this token. Okay, and now the follower has all the skills now. You know, she's got Charm, Temporal Pulse, Amplification, which is really important. Prophetic Harmony, which gives you more CDR, Powered Shield, Erosion, Self-Res, and the attack speed buff. So we get all of these. Okay, so you can use the all skills follower a token when you're using Enforcer in your build. Okay, because the damage reduction actually goes over to your follower, which is really, really nice. Like, really good. So it's a nice little trick to get all the stat stuff. It is kind of hard, though, to keep her alive. So this is the setup that I use to keep her alive. So I use Thunder Fury, guys, with a life per hit gem, so an amethyst in the weapon. So she procs life on hit and keeps herself alive. That's very, very important. Then you want to stack loads of attack speed on her. Loads of attack speed. Thunder Fury, guys, procs Wildwood Ring, which is basically a stun. Helps you kill the Rift Guardian much, much easier. So that way they won't be able to cast all their crazy effects on you. Just basically CCs the Rift Guardian, which is really, really nice. Okay, I'm using good old Esoteric Alteration Gem for damage reduction on the follower, so that way she can live. Okay, then the second ring, guys, course Oculus Ring for the Poor Power Spawn. Jump into that for one extra damage buff, up to an extra 85%. Then I'm using Mutilation Guard, okay? Gain 50% melee damage reduction for the fall in case she gets hit, and then while she's below 50% life, you may unhindered through end enemies, man. It's really, really nice, actually. So it's just these things here just keep her alive. I'm using just a basic gizzard now to give her a bit of life regen as well. With my Flavour of Time, which doubles all the pylons, guys, you get in a run, okay? So like 2 minutes speed, 1 minute conduit, man. Makes massive, massive difference. Right, guys, so we're using Ice Climbers with Stone Gauntlets. Stone Gauntlets gives us a massive armor buff, but unfortunately debuffs her attack speed and movement speed, okay? But if you use Ice Climbers, it gets rid of the negative effect. Okay, so always use these two together, and off we go. Always use Kane's Habit, guys, because you know it's a part of my swap out for T16. Okay, check out the other videos on the channel. I'm using Witching Hour because attack speed procs these stuns from Wildwood and Echoing Fury. Homing Pads, guys, for the teleport damage reduction in case you get into a bad spot, especially on hardcore. Blind Faith procs a blind on hit, which is great, and put an amethyst in her helmet as well, guys. And then, guys, you just want attack speed, vitality, and life and hit on all of her gear. Okay. I'm currently using the Quilla on her because I don't have a Talrasha. I want a Talrasha chestplate because it's basically got an attack speed roll on there to make her cast even faster. And then the guys, of course, Nemesis Braces, man, so we can spawn the extra pylons and stuff and elites, man, for progress. Lovely. Then you just get all these skills here. It's great. Alright guys, so what's in my cube? And then we do a summary of the skills. In my cube guys, we're using Wormwood. This automatically casts Pestilence for us to proc the Ring of Emptiness damage bonus, okay? So you need to be within this little aura here, okay? You need to be with that aura and that lasts about 8 seconds, okay? So remember, you can't be completely far away from the enemies. You need to be close enough to proc Locust Swarm to proc the damage bonus, okay? Then guys, Mask of Jerem, because it's a pet build, an extra 200% pet damage is absolutely perfect. And then the guys, of course, the Short Man's Finger. Gargantuans is the summons 3 smaller Gargantuans and have their damage increased by 650%. Because of the angelic buff here, that gives you 2 Gargs, it actually turns this into 6 Gargantuans. How cool is this? Look, hey! Looks great. Okay guys, summary of skills then. So Wall of Death combining with Spirits, so you cast this to activate your 6-piece damage bonus. Anything gets touched by it, reduce their damage by 25%. So when you're fighting the Rift Guardian, say that my flag here is the Rift Guardian, you want to cast Wall of Death, so the edge of it hits the Rift Guardian, and that will proc the damage reduction, okay? Anything on the inside doesn't get the damage reduction, okay? It's always the edge, the very edge, okay? So always do that on the Rift Guardian. Also helps stack Stricken a little bit as well, and it'll just make it so it doesn't hit you quite as hard. Piranhas guys, Piranado, damage increase and sucks everything into one spot. Absolutely perfect as usual, so you want to be just pulling everything in as much as you can. Sacrifice guys, provoke the pack, so this gives you a huge damage increase, 20% increased damage for 5 seconds after cast a Sacrifice. It also procs Immolation from here for the extra 100% as well. And you can literally just hold this down. Look, you can cast this forever because the angelic power gives us infinite dogs. Awesome. Really, really nice. Look at that. And you just get a massive damage buff. Brilliant. Soul Harvey guys, language, intelligence, and armor buff. Keep this always at 10 stacks. Okay, it's very, very important. Spirit War guys, severance. I'll get 2 seconds damage immunity. When you're pushing properly, you should use Jaunt for 3 seconds. That way it maxes out your damage increasement from the Shakrandi's Triumph, man. Lovely. Love that item so much. So good. Then guys, Gargantuan Homungoid. You want to use Homungoid because these are the ones that give you the cleave, okay? Because you're already getting Restless Giant for free, okay? So Restless Giant is this rune here, so you get an extra movement speed bonus, 35% attack speed bonus, and an extra physical damage bonus. But when you use the Homungoid, it changes it to cold damage instead, okay? When your Gargantuan encounters elite or enemies, near 5 enemies, it enrages for 15 seconds, okay? This effect cannot occur more than once every 45 seconds. Elite enemies include champions, rare bosses, and other players, okay? I really wish Blizzard would just make this rune perma. Just make it so it's just a perma enrage rune, you know, because your only real DPS window is when these guys have gone full enrage mode. But yeah, guys, like I said, because we got Restless Giant for free, use Homungoid, so your Gargantuans would do that cleave, okay? Then, guys, Midnight Feast, increase your damage of your Gargantuans by 50%. Pierce the Veil for an extra 20%. Don't really have no mana cost in this build, so we can use this. Spirit Risk, guys, obviously for self-res, and then Gravity's Justice for cooldowns, okay? Within 20 yards, so it's very important to be within 20 yards of the monsters, so you can get all your cooldowns reset. You can change Spirit Vessel to a couple other things. You can change it over to Confidence Ritual for an extra 25% damage. Okay, so if you're playing softcore, it's a good way of playing like this way. If you're having massive issues surviving, what you can do is change over Swampland Attunement, and that will give you an extra massive damage reduction buff in density. So if you put on loads of monsters, man, this thing will just keep you alive. But remember, because we're using the Guardian set, we are very, very tanky anyway. Okay, so it's just a few other options. But if you're just starting out, just use Spirit Vessel. And off you go and have fun. And there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe for more content. There'll be a build guide link in the description of this video for the best rolls of gear, etc, etc. Thank you guys very much for watching. Also, guys, check out the merch store. A few of you guys have actually been to the merch store and bought a few things, guys. Thank you very, very much. I don't really make much revenue making these videos, but if someone does buy something from the store, it helps massively, man. Especially t-shirts, man. We've got the D2R t-shirt, guys, with all the runes here. My wife actually runs this store, guys. For those that have bought stuff, she says thank you very, very much for supporting the channel, man. So, yeah, we've got D2R here, and then we've also got the Primal one, guys. Maybe increase Primal drop rate, whee! And, of course, the logo t-shirt. So, definitely check it out. There'll be a link in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Take care, man. Have fun in Sanctuary.